Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of No Foul Zone Podcast with the Court Mr. Culture,
Yes.
your girl LA.
DJ Delboy in the building. What's happening, y'all?
It's been a minute, Brody. What's happening?
It has
What's
been a
going
minute.
on?
I'm not gonna
What's
lie to
up,
you.
Crody?
It's been a long minute. It's been fun though.
Yeah,
It's
man.
been fun.
Look, yo. I wouldn't even say life be life, and we've just been busy. You've been busy. I've been busy with this new chapter, getting ready, for this wedding. So hey, countdown is on, man. 3 more weeks, man. 3 more weeks.
Listen, is it really 3 more weeks?
It is. It is. Well, technically, wait. Tomorrow, I think tomorrow makes it 2. I think it makes it 2 weeks tomorrow. Let me just double check. Because I want to make sure I get this right. Because I don't want wifey to watch this and then I'm in trouble. Nope, 3 more weeks. 3 more weeks. 3 more weeks.
3 more weeks.
Yep.
Hey, y'all better be streaming so I can watch. Someone put up a phone.
Bro,
Something.
Like, well, I'll see what I can do. I mean, it's just gonna be small and intimate. It's at the registry, so
Bro, give someone your phone and tell them FaceTime me. Because honestly, that's what we had. No, swear down. That's what we had to do for her mom and her grandma to watch.
Right.
I literally gave someone my phone, one of my coworkers my phone, and told, look, FaceTime her as soon as you sit down so she can see everything, because she couldn't make it because medical stuff. So her mom watched via phone, and her grandma watched via phone as well. So it was nice. Obviously, they couldn't make it because of medical, but
yeah.
Look, bro, it's the thought that counts.
Oh, thanks.
So give someone your phone. You don't need your phone. You don't need your phone. I'm just saying.
No, I don't.
You're going to be out
I
there.
don't need my phone.
You don't need your phone. So give someone your phone and just call me. So I'm bro, I don't do nothing. So call me. So me and Haley can watch, bro.
Listen, I'm kind of tempted to give it to your nephew, but I feel like your nephew would do some stupid shit and put the camera on himself the entire time and be cheesing in the camera because your nephew is liable to do that. But don't worry, I will arrange for somebody to FaceTime you and Haley so y'all can watch. But y'all better be here next year for the celebration.
Yeah, for sure. I think so. Yeah.
All right. You know the date, right?
Yeah, September, right?
July, my boy.
Oh, right. No, because sorry, it's 2 weddings next year. I gotta go to. One of my friends is in September. I was getting you all mixed up. My bad.
You would care.
My second guess was gonna be July.
Like where everybody at? No, I'm just playing. But yeah, man, I'll remind you on the date and send out. We'll send out invites and all that great stuff. But hey, man, it's keeping me busy. It's definitely
it's good. Trust me.
It's keeping me busy.
It's gonna be good.
I hate to say it, but I can't wait for it to be over. just so I can breathe just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Stressful, bro. I'm telling you, it's stressful. But I love it for you. I love that for you. Trust me.
Thanks, my boy. Thanks. I mean, even though, like I said, even though it's just the registry, you still want to make sure that things go off, without a hitch.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. But nonetheless, let's get into it, man. What are we talking about today?
All right, we got to talk about what's been going on in the finals today. If y'all haven't been keeping up, it's 2-2 right now. You might as well say it's 0-0. Let's be honest. It's anyone's game. It's like Pacers win, OKC wins, Pacers win, OKC. I'm like, but the first game, I was like, okay, the Pacers won by a little bit. Then I looked at the OKC game, and I'm like, damn, they got blown out.
They blowing the back
was
out.
Up like 127 and it was like 108 or something. Like, y'all got blown out, bro.
I'm so glad you didn't hear what I just said.
I just didn't acknowledge it. I just didn't acknowledge
it. They got their black. They got their back blown out.
Pause. Listen, pause. But no, they got blown out of the game in that second game from OKC, and I was yo, this is going to be a really good series, right?
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, it's not getting the hype I expected it to get. If the Timberwolves and the Knicks was in this finals, it would have been the hypest finals since LeBron and Curry. It would have been the hypest finals since LeBron and Curry. I shit you not.
Oh yeah,
because the hype,
that's facts.
The hype behind everything else is like this hype is like, they got there. It's the finals. Honestly, it's kind of like last year's finals. You know, everyone was like, it's the Celtics. Whatever. You know, it's just not getting the hype. I'm talking about the hype. The hype would have been so. Everything you would have seen online, everything you would have seen in Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, would have been Timberwolves Knicks. The New York City would have been exploding right now if the Knicks was in the finals. People would have been rioting in New York if they was in the finals. I'm telling you.
Listen, it's I mean, I completely agree. It's not, it's not so much hype surrounding it. Even like on social media, like if you look on social media, it's kind of like meh, but
that's what I'm saying.
I think with what it is, I think it's the fact that, and I hate to say it like this because both teams, they play really well, but as you said, it's not like a Timberwolves and Knicks, right? Because if it was like Timberwolves and Knicks, like I said, I've said it before. You had on the Timberwolves, you have Julius Randle who used to play on the Knicks, and you have Cat that used to play in the Timberwolves, now playing for the Knicks, along with other not DeMonte Sabonis, my God, DiVincenzo. He now also play. He used to play on the Knicks, and now he plays for the Timberwolves. So it would have been it would have been ironic, for those two teams to go head to head for the finals after such a trade like that. Whereas with the Pacers and OKC, it's just like, what can you do? I would say this, like at first I really wasn't, of course I felt some type of way for the Pacers knocking my Knicks out. But if I could, I'm kind of rooting for the Pacers right now. And the reason being, and I know this is more so for, the reacts and the coaches side of things, but I just don't want SGA to win. Only because he's Drake affiliated.
Oh,
I hate it.
I didn't.
I'm sorry. Still, Team Kendrick.
I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, I don't want him to win because, I got a bet. I'm trying to win my bet. Not
only that, yes.
Not only that, it's just the fact that I didn't want neither one to win. What Haliburton's dad did to Giannis, all that publicity and everything up around that was like, come on, bro. Now you're banned from watching your son play at the court because of that shit.
Well, actually, no, he was at the court the last game.
Was he? I thought he was banned for it was a couple of games. I think he was banned for a couple of games. That's what it was.
He was actually, Papa Hallie was at the game, the previous game at OKC.
Oh, okay. He might be dead just from.
Wait. Was it OKC? They played at OKC or did they play at home? No, they played at home last game.
Okay.
Yeah, they played at home last game. So I take that back. He was actually at the game at Pacers, the Pacers Stadium.
Okay.
Yeah. So, like you said, maybe it was for a couple of games or, what have you.
Yeah, because a lot of people were saying like that's unsportsmanlike conduct. You're your son. The sad part is about the NBA, like you have to carry yourself a certain way. You can't just, it's not like the 90s. You can go do some, do some little some nose, come back and play the game. You can't do that. Come on. We know Rodman was doing this.
Well, no, you're not lying.
We know Rodman was doing this. The fact that one of my old-time favorite stories about the Bulls and Jordan and Pippen is the fact that Michael and Pippen had to go get this man Rodman.
Wasn't he at like the casino or he was?
He was somewhere, bro. They had to go drag him. I'm like, bro, come, let's go practice, man. Come on, man. This man was like out of his face. Bring your ass to practice, bro. And to the point where they had an agreement like, look, bro, you ain't gotta come back. Just come to the game. Just show up.
Just show up, man. Look, bro. Just show up. That's all we asking of you right now.
That's all we
Show
asking
up.
for. Just show up. But yeah, nah, honestly, and in today's basketball, I feel like it would have been so much more if players can have a versatility, but they don't. You know, their organizations tell them what to do, where they're going, how they're supposed to play the game, instead of them just letting them play.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's why sometimes I feel about the NBA. It's like it's so scripted. We want this player because he'll fit perfectly in with this piece. Okay, but if he's got a great game, why not let him be great at that game that he's been playing for the last 20 something years that got him to the NBA? Now you change the way he played the game, and he not your all-star no more. Now you're like, oh, we got a craps player. Now you don't let him play the way he used to play. Yeah, he's not he was the star on his college team and his high school team. He got to the NBA and realized he's not the star, and only a select few people, because you know in the highlights, they like, if you look at the finals, they'll put Haliburton and SGA. It's other teammates. Chet was #1 overall pick. What putting up Chet's name next to SGA? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, mind you, like, you know, I gotta say, like, Miles Turner, he's been doing his thing with you know, Miles has been busting him, Pascal Siakam, like they've been putting up some numbers, man.
Didn't he get MVP for the whole Eastern Conference Finals? He got MVP for that.
He did
over Haliburton.
He did
over Haliburton. Yep. Siakam got, bruh, what? How much time Haliburton saved your ass? I would have gave it to him for that alone.
Well, actually, no. It was one play in the last game where Haliburton had the ball and he did like a bounce pass to Siakam, and Siakam drove straight up the lane and dunked it. Like, nobody was guarding Siakam. Everybody was like trying to be on Haliburton because they thinking, okay, he gonna shoot a three, he gonna shoot from the logo or something. But nah, it was like so smooth, and I'm like, yo, y'all are not giving others their flowers. You know what I'm saying? Like Miles Turner and Pascal, they doing some things, man. I gotta give it to them.
I always say Pascal will come out with easily a double every game. You know, he easily walk out. I'm not talking like a big double, like a 30 and 20 type thing. He might get like a 15 and 10. You know what I'm saying? Or 12 and 10, 12 points, 10 rebounds, 5, 6 assists. It's still playing great basketball. You might not have a 30, 40, 50 point game to blow out the stands and be on ESPN's highlight reel or whatever, but you still playing great basketball. You know, definitely. And that's what a lot of role players need to realize. I'm glad he got MVP. Don't get me wrong. I'm not taking away any flowers away. Like I said, if it was my team, I would have given it to Haliburton because them clutch shots, you saved our ass 5 different times. Yeah. 5 different. Y'all don't understand. Has anyone saved your life 5 different times? 5? I can't even know one person who saved my life once. I'm still paying back that debt.
Probably like once or twice. I'd say maybe twice at most, but 5 at this point. I'm just. If somebody saves my life at 5 times, I'm just your bitch. At that point, I'm just your bitch. Like, listen, I am indebted to you.
Because they would have never been where they are if it wasn't for his 5 game winner shots or clutch winning, tying up game shots. They would not be where they are right now.
Nah, I think for me, the nastiest one that I've seen, like, that was like nasty work, was when they were playing the Knicks, and at the last, I want to say, millisecond, Haliburton hit that 3. No, actually, it was a 2. I don't even think it was a 3.
It was deep 2. It was deep 2. His foot was on the line.
Yeah, he hit that deep 2, and then he pulled a Reggie Miller and was like, choke, like, for real, dog, for real.
Bro, because he thought it was a 3, which is understandable.
But it was fair game. It was fair game, but still,
fair game. You expected it.
That was a clutch shot.
That was one. The other one was when he played again. It was when they played OKC and he hit that game winner. Mm-hmm. I'm like, bruh.
Haliburton's
They came back. They was down the whole first game. Yeah. Pacers was down the whole first game. Came back in the fourth, and then Haliburton hit the game winner.
So listen, because I gotta go left, right? I gotta go left, and then we're gonna get into some other things. All right. Do you think? I mean, I wouldn't even say it's going left, but do you think two things? Do you think the Pacers are gonna take this finals? And if so, do you think that Tyrese Haliburton is gonna be the cover athlete for 2K26?
Easy.
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 I just wanted to be said here first. I want it to be said here first.
I will, like I said, put your money on Pacers to win. Put your money on Pacers to win. I would love to see them win. Put your money on Pacers to win. Because
now, you did say this about the Celtics last year, and it came through. You came through. Came through clutch.
But so, like I said, it's 1-for-1. So we might see a game 7. We definitely got to see a game 6. So we might see a game 7. We're not sure. Because like I said, the game's tomorrow. I think they play tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow, yeah.
8:00. So we gotta wait for that. But I'm telling you, put your money on Pacers.
Okay.
Put your money on Pacers.
Let's play the devil's advocate here. All right. Do you think that if OKC takes it, who do you think is going to be the cover athlete for 2K26?
I still think it'll be Haliburton.
Really?
I still think it'll be Haliburton.
Okay. So
I think what they would do is if they do SGA, they're gonna do a combination be SGA and Caitlin Clark. She's doing a lot for the WNBA. Right now, 2K's got this thing where they're introducing the WNBA to 2K.
As they should.
As they should. You actually can make a WNBA player in 2K and play as a female in 2K. But I think what they should do is
they introduced that for 2K25.
Right.
My player.
What I think they should do is have it where it's the fact that because there's some females who actually play 2K, like you play 2K, you know what I'm saying? There's some females who actually stream and play 2K as regular players, like streaming players, like the elite players, like not the common folk, the elite players, right?
Like Boom, you got Aaliyah 2K, like they doing some work. They're doing some work,
right?
For sure.
I think what they should do is, how most games you can pick a woman character or a male character, but they can still do the same thing. Do it like that. Give women the opportunity to be a woman character. It's going to create so much more content on the social aspect, because think about it. You a dude. He played 2K for the last 10 2Ks, 12 2Ks, whatever. And a woman come down the court and dunk on you?
No, but the thing is, right? So last year, when before 2K25, or even probably when it was announced, a lot of people were like, okay, so because they did a rollout like over the coming weeks, right? It was
right.
They did the W, they did my team, they did my GM and so forth and so forth, and a lot of the questions or the main question last year was like, okay, is 2K finally going to introduce women my players in the city, right?
They should.
I truly agree. And even like, Uncle Demi, who's one of the content creators and 2K streamers that I follow, he actually had this conversation like, yo, like, would you have a woman my player in 2K? Right? And it did get a lot of pushback because of that exact reason. You have people saying like, bruh, if I'm in Park, or if I'm in the Rec and a woman, my player dunks on me, I'm giving up 2K. Like I'm deleting the whole game, bro. Like throw the whole game away. I'm like, listen, let me just tell y'all something. Stop being such weak male egos, man.
Nah.
Come on, bro.
No, you're right. I feel that. But like I said, it's gotta be.
I'm just saying
right now. Oh man,
it's
gotta be a both. Like you gotta be like, oh, she dunked to me. No, I'm gonna get my get backs. You know what I'm saying?
Right, like, come on,
you gotta come back with it. No, I'm dunking back on you. No, we ain't about to do this.
You can't be doing like, oh, I'm gonna throw the whole game away, man. Come on, you and your weak male
Get
ego.
your
Come
get
out of
backs.
that,
Come
bro.
on, man. Get
Come
your
out
get
of
backs for
that,
sure.
bro. Like I truly hope. I mean, I don't know if we're gonna see it for 2K26. I will say
I
this:
would.
I'm excited about 2K26. I think
I
it's gonna
am
be a lot of
too.
great things that's gonna be introduced in 2K26. But one thing that you mentioned about the cover, one thing I loved that 2K did in 2K25 is they had the dual cover with Jason Tatum and Asia Wilson, right?
Right.
So I feel like you're right. It's only right for them to do it again this year, whether it be with Tyrese Haliburton and Caitlin Clark, which ironically are both Indiana players. Or if they do it with the SGA and Caitlin Clark, so be it, right? But
Right.
I love the fact that they are now incorporating women's basketball because one thing I cannot stand, and I'm not saying this as a woman, but one thing I cannot stand is getting on social media and like with these women that are hooping now, like in the WNBA, and y'all are saying like mainly men, and again it could be the weak male ego, but saying nobody's paying attention to these women, blase blase, when these women have been kicking ass for the past few years. And yes, okay, now Caitlin Clark is in the league and she's getting all eyes on the WNBA, which is great. But let's be for real. You got Asia Wilson who's out here dominating. I have yet to see somebody sweep as much rebounds, points as Asia Wilson. I'm sorry. Defensively, I don't think anybody is coming close to Asia Wilson. If I'm being honest, I
Listen.
have yet to see that. I have yet to see that. Maybe Camila Cardoso. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Right.
But the women are just as equally good as the men. All right.
No, you're right.
Agree with me if you don't. I'm not saying you per se because I already know how you
Oh
feel
no.
about it. But I'm
Right.
talking about for all the viewers. Agree with me if you I mean disagree with me if you want to. But I'm telling you, these women are out here hooping. Okay, they're out
Listen.
here hooping.
I saw a clip. Right? I don't know if I gotta send you the clip if I still got it. I saw a clip, and you seen them. Well, we gotta get into that, but we'll get into that in a second. The Mike Beasley and the 1-on-1. He's supposed to be the best 1-on-1 player.
Was that with the
Michael
big three?
Beasley. No, I think it might be. He's
This
he's
was
he's
recent,
retired
right?
from basketball. No, yeah, this was
Oh,
recent.
okay,
He took on Lance Stevenson.
bro. You know who I'm thinking about? I'm thinking of Malik Beasley. I'm like, my
No,
bad, Michael
Michael
Beasley. Oh,
Beasley.
my bad, my bad, my
Michael
bad.
Beasley, the best 1-on-1 player. Um, you know, everyone's saying he beat LeBron 1-on-1. He beat this person 1-on-1. He beat that person 1-on-1. He's supposedly the best 1-on-1 player in the league
Mm-hmm.
today, right?
Right.
No one wants to challenge him. Everyone's trying to get old retirees to challenge him and see how they go. And so Lance Stevenson thought, I'll take him on. I'll beat him up. Lost. That man lost. I think it was
Oh,
like
that
31 to like
escalated
20
quickly.
something. It was like 31 to like 20 something he lost, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was a competitive go, like back and go, black and like, you know what I'm saying? He missed, he scored, he missed, he scored type thing. It was competitive. But I would say it's a lot of these WNBA players that a lot of these men talking about, oh yeah, they all this and that. You go challenge a 1-on-1, see if you won't get your ankles broken. Go challenge Angel Reese 1-on-1, see if she won't try to dunk you or something. You know what I'm saying? You ain't guarding Caitlin Clark, hello fast little self running around the court. No, come on now. I'm
I'm
saying
telling
like
you,
it's a lot of
if
these
the
women who are
women,
better than average Joe who's saying this stuff about these WNBA players. They are good. That's how they got to the league. Come on now.
yeah, no, you're right. I agree. And like you said, man, look, if you think you can be better than them, then you go out there and pull a 1-on-1. Let's see if you get it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Listen,
I listen.
because
You
I'm a
already
short
know how
king.
I
Right?
feel.
I'm 5'7". Angel Reese is taller than me, y'all. I ain't guarding that. I'm not guarding that. What you be do?
He said, "I'm a short king." Okay, I'm a short king. I know better than to talk smack about Angel Reese. I know better than
Listen,
that.
I know better than that. I'm just saying, like, some of these women are 6'1", 6'2". They out me already. What you want me to do?
Listen, man. I'm telling you. Now you already know my feelings on Caitlin Clark, right? And I'm not
Right.
saying I'm a hater. I agree she's a great player, but I'm not going to talk crazy about Caitlin Clark because if Caitlin Clark and I were to go one on the court, oh yeah, Caitlin Clark will run circles around my ass. I know that's for sure. So regardless on how I feel about Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, I'm going to talk no craziness when it comes to her game. Now, as a person or as the optics of certain things, yes, I might took a little crazy, but basketball wise, no, I ain't messing with that.
No.
I don't want those
No.
problems. I'm a
No.
short queen. I'm gonna get handled. I'm gonna get handled. Okay.
Oh man.
Caitlin Clark will be shooting threes over me.
Lights out.
Lights out. No question. I won't even try to guard it. I'm like, you know what? Go ahead. Just go ahead.
Go ahead. Just,
I'm gonna be standing there like this the entire time. Like you got it. You got it. Go ahead, man. I don't want those problems. I'm just saying. I don't want those problems. Now, that was our little 2K rant and WNBA rant. Now, the last thing I want to talk about, I'm sure you've seen it. LeBron James. What do you think is this big announcement that LeBron James has?
I've seen a lot of people post saying he's retiring, he's doing this, he's doing that. I've seen a lot of people post it. I'm not sure. Is it a great time for him to retire? Yeah, bro, you 40, 41, this going 41. Stop, relax. We don't, you know what I'm saying? Take a break. Your knees. My knees hurt looking at you, bro. I'm sorry. He getting cold unk in the league now. That's unk. That's not even LeBron no more. That's unk.
That's big hunk, man.
That's big unk.
Big hunk.
Haliburton called that man unk.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Unk and KD. Unk and KD. Not even.
Unk and KD.
It wasn't LeBron and KD. It was Unk and KD. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. But
Unk be watching The Sopranos, iPad on his chest at max volume while they in the training room.
All I need him to do is do the glass with the what you talking about? Right. Listen. That's all I need. That's all I need from him.
What you say, Haley?
What you said to me?
Hey, Haliburton, come here. How you use this? Hold on, Tyrese, come here. How you put the volume up on this iPad? Huh?
Oh man,
Unk, you got it. You got it. The buttons on the side, Unk. What you mean the buttons? I don't see no buttons on the side, Tyrese. Unk, you gotta flip it. You gotta flip it.
I'm telling you, right? Telling you, it's a comedy, straight comedy. But no, honestly, I want to see him play another league. I want him to get one more ring, just so people can say he was in the league with Kobe, Jordan. 6, you have 4. Corey's got 4 too, dog. Corey's not 40 though. He still got it.
Corey still got time. Because
he can leave Warriors, go to another team, and get a ring. As bad. The sad part is, I guess I'm a 90s baby, born in 89, but I'm a 90s baby anyway. When I see players go to a team, I want them to stay on that team. I don't want you to be like on that team for 2 months and then on the next team. I hated when Westbrook left OKC. Bro. It broke me. It broke me. He was that organization loved him. The people loved him. He was their idol. He was their star player. Him and Adams was their star players. When Harden and KD left, come on, bro. He led the league in triple doubles.
But okay, so
2-year period.
But do you really think that Steph is going to stay with the Warriors? Because I mean, like you said, Steph is not. He's not in retirement age. Steph is what?
He's not
late 30s.
I want him to stay with the Warriors for that reason. I want him to stay with the Warriors because that's where you started. That's where you should finish.
I mean, I don't see Curry leaving. I really don't. I'm sorry. Like Curry has been with the Warriors since Christ left Paget. That's how long it's been, right? In other words, like because I know probably our a lot of our overseas viewers are gonna be like, what do you mean since Christ left Patrick? Meaning since the Stone Age, and
Right.
it's just a figure of speech. But I don't see Curry going to another team other than the Warriors. If he does, if anything, I feel like the Warriors are gonna try to build a team around Steph. Right? They already got
Which
Jimmy.
they
They already got
did.
Jimmy
They did
Butler.
that.
Right? You still got Green. You still got Draymond.
Green ain't
I
going
just
nowhere.
No, he's not going. But I feel
He's
like they
not
just
going
need to
nowhere.
build. If Curry is trying to go for a fifth ring, they definitely need to build the team around Steph.
They need
Because the
another
other thing
consistent
is
3-point shooter. They need another Clay.
right.
They need
Yeah,
somebody who's going to be another to get the defense off of Curry.
yeah.
They
I
need
was actually
somebody
just
else
gonna
to get
say
the
that
defense
because
off of Curry
yeah,
because him getting doubled, they're not doing the elevator doors like they did back in 2011. You know what I'm saying? They're not doing that move no more. They need to be able to, have somebody else an option. Yes, you got Butler. Green's not really an option. They give him so much space on the court.
yeah.
Come on, bro. 5 points. His average is what 5-6 points a game. Come on now.
Anybody
I'm not.
trying to?
I'm not
That's
guarding.
because
I'm not
nobody
guarding you.
wants to guard. Nobody wants to guard Draymond. Nobody
I'm
wants to
not
guard
guard. I'm not
Draymond
guard. You must be out your mind. I'm not guarding you. I'll
because
guard
they
every.
all gonna be afraid that Draymond about to either land base him or put him in the headlock. They ain't nobody trying to rock
No one's trying to guard you, man.
Draymond right
So,
now.
like I said, they need a big presence,
Mm-hmm.
like and they need another shooter.
Mm-hmm.
Draymond can't be your center. He cannot be your center. He's your power forward at best. Jimmy at the 3, Corey at the 1. So you need a 2 and a 5. I'm not saying the 2 and the 5 they have now. They're worthless. They are great. They're good players, but they need a better selection. With this new draft, I'm hoping they pick up some decent players to help with, with Corey and everything. Because there's a lot of players who would love to learn from Corey. Bro, you learn from the best 3-point shooter in the world,
Yeah.
in the league, ever.
Yep.
Better than Ray, better than Reggie. If we're talking about 3-point shooters, you put Corey, Ray, Reggie, you know what I'm saying? Kyle, JJ Redick, Kyle Culver, like you put all that. Corey at the top, bro. Corey at the
Easily.
top.
Easily.
So you would if I want to be a 3-point shooter, a good 3-point, I'm going to the GOAT. I'm going to go to the GOAT where it's feasible. You know what I'm saying? Where I can get the information I need to get from that man. Because he's been playing this. He'd be like, look, this is what I do. I'll be like, bro, I'll meet you in the locker room at 4. You meet there at 4. I'm training with you. For the next 6 months, I'm gonna train with you every day. Every day.
You know what I think will be wild, and I can't believe I'm going to say this. But I feel like it would be wild if, because speaking of trades, and I know we have to kind of briefly touch on the Memphis and Orlando trade just briefly, but it would be wild if the Lakers traded Quincy Oliveri to the Warriors. And the reason why I'm saying Quincy is because Quincy is he grew up like idolizing, if you will, Steph Curry. So we've already had this conversation about Quincy Oliveri. He is going to
Right.
be a problem. He is
He is.
definitely someone that we need to watch. Because if he falls in the capable hands of mentorship and guidance throughout the NBA, I would go as far as saying that Quincy Oliveri could have that Mamba mentality. I feel like this young man is going to be a problem in the NBA. He's
He
going to,
is.
and I mean that in a good way, right? Between him and Dalton Connect, like those two are crazy right now, crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And the numbers that they're putting up is ridiculous. But the reason why I'm saying Quincy is because, like I said, he got a chance to meet Steph, and Steph autographed his shoes and all that great stuff. So if you get, and I also think that he signed his first brand deal with Under Armour
Okay.
for the Currys, because Steph is linked to Under Armour. but
Right.
it would really be something. He would be a huge miss from the Lakers. But if we're talking about Curry getting his fifth ring, I feel like that Quincy Oliveira would be a good fit because I
He
feel like
would.
he can learn a lot from Steph, especially when it comes to the 3 points and
Yeah,
three
he
point
would.
shot. Definitely,
He would definitely.
definitely. So do we want to touch briefly on these traits? Desmond Bain going to Orlando
I'm
and Cole Anthony and KCP going to what you call it,
the Grizzlies, right?
Memphis. Yeah,
Yeah.
Grizzlies.
I'm just mad they did this on Father's Day because they're both fathers. They're both fathers. They did
Wrong
this
with
on Father's
you?
Day. They, I'm just saying, bro. They did this on Father's Day. This man just had his Bane just had his second kid. He just had his second kid, bro. And this man's like, wait, I'm traded. Huh? Y'all traded me on Father's
What?
Day? Y'all diabolical, bro. He wake
What
up,
is that,
he
bro?
get a call. Yo, what up, agent? Yeah, you've been traded. What?
What?
Like, none of
That's like the
these
Minions
they'll
or Despicable. What?
buy a house in Orlando now. What? Yo, crazy, bro.
I
I
don't
just
know.
put
I
in a
mean,
new thing.
I'm just
I
trying
just
to
put in a new.
think. I'm just trying to think. Like, that's gonna be an interesting. That's gonna be interesting. That's gonna be an interesting lineup because in Orlando you got Paulo I can never pronounce Benchero. I need to learn how to pronounce these players' names. Um, who else you got over there in Orlando? It's gonna be an interesting lineup, man.
It's definitely an interesting lineup for sure. I 100% agree. But
They
I was
got
like, y'all diabolical doing that on Father's Day. That's crazy work. Yo, crazy work. But what I want to see out of like the I want to give the underdog, not okay, see, Orlando a chance. They got good players. I'm not saying, they just got to get a good couple role players to support because Desmond Bain's a great 3 point shooter.
yeah,
I don't know if you know, he's a great 3 point shooter. He's average his average percentage is like in the 40s, in
yeah.
the 50s. He's not taking bad shots. He's a good 3 point shooter. He was great on the Grizzlies. For him to get traded over to to that, obviously they wanted more. So they got two players plus some number one picks, which is great for the team in the longer run of the aspect. But I feel like when you're having an organization, you should always build for the next chip.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is your chance right now. A lot of teams are in just off season. Players are just chilling at home with their families and kids, whatever, you know, and blah blah blah. Now, what I would love to see, I don't know if you heard about this. What I would love to see is Shaq's son get drafted this year. Shaq's
That's.
baby boy to get drafted.
I
He's
mean,
thinking
okay,
about it.
he
I read
is.
that he is thinking about it because he
That's
was like him and Shaq had a conversation and I was watching it on their they got a little page, whatever. I was watching it and he was like, look, it's a big step. You're gonna miss a lot. As a father, a lot of times we as people just don't think about the stuff they miss. You're gonna miss birthdays, you're gonna miss Christmas, you're gonna miss all the holidays because you're gonna be playing the game. It's gonna take your whole like that's why a lot of players like and like Shaq, he's with his what second or third wife now, I don't know, but
mm-hmm.
it just don't work out because they never home.
Yeah.
They never home enough to what I'm saying, be a father and be whatever. They're always out on the road, so it's like you gotta be able to do that. And he was like, yeah, I'm thinking about doing it, and he was like, if you do it, I'll support you, whatever. And yeah, so I would love to see Shaq's son play. What?
I mean, I was actually just looking at the draft for 2025. I mean, obviously Dallas has the first pick.
Right.
which is
We're
something.
like, we saw that coming.
Listen, now Nico was gonna be out of a job, but
Nico Suave, listen, tell you.
listen, man. But I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see. I mean, round one is June 25th, so it will be interesting to see. The the way this pans out. I mean, looking at some of the prospects, these guys. Hey, man, I don't know. You got a few. The, the future looks
Oh yeah,
bright. How about that?
it
We'll just
does.
put it
It
at
does.
that. The future looks
We
bright.
gotta touch. We gotta touch base on this. I don't know if you. I don't know if you heard about. The TNT is not doing basketball anymore.
I did not hear about that.
So
Is
Shaq,
right. I heard
Barkley,
about that. Yeah.
yeah, they all
Because they're going
retired
to
from.
ESPN. Is
Yes,
it
it will.
ESPN?
So that yeah, they moved to ESPN now. So TNT is like, bro, we done, and they was trying to do they knew it was earnings last year. They was like, look, bro, we don't want no one else to do this. We don't want to get a new person in and keep going. They're just gonna end it with him, which I think is great,
Mm-hmm.
right? And everyone was like, they love it, blah blah. They gave all the cast members rings, like championship rings, right?
That's crazy.
That's crazy work, right? I'm like, that's awesome. Why somebody in the comments, and this is where I died laughing. Why somebody in the comments was like, Barkley got his first ring? I was like,
It's always got to be one person,
it's,
It's
bro, the
always got to be
internet
one.
never fails, bro. The internet never fails. This man was like, Barkley got his first ring, yay! No,
It's always got to be
no.
one.
Why y'all do that to that man?
It's always got to be
Why
one,
you
man.
do that? You don't need to vocalize it. It was good. It was so good. Y'all didn't need to vocalize it. Uh,
It's always got to be one. That one
it's
that
always
talks
gotta be
more
one
crazy.
person. But I was like, I wanted to speak on that because there has been a big part of analyzing the game at
Yeah.
halftime, before game and after game. You know what I'm saying? Pre-game and post-game. So it's like them analyzing the game and showing us different ways of how the teams and blah 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 was helping. It was helping people like the normal folks who watch the game. Were like, hey, yeah, they right. You know. Now you go over to the ESPN and it's like I haven't seen not one clip, nothing of them posting nothing. And I feel like I used to watch them. Like I used to watch because there'll be jokes, you know, Shaq out there doing funny stuff, saying funny stuff. Barkley out there, Ernie Brent saying funny stuff. So it's like it used to be comedy watching them do the thing, and now it's like it's gone. It's like dang, end of an era,
Yeah.
end of an era.
Yeah, man. I mean, like, I think we're gonna see like a lot of eras come to an end in due time. And really, it's. I don't want to say what can we do about it, but it's just something where it's like you had to be there. Like
Right.
certain things, like if LeBron does decide to retire this year, like it's definitely gonna be like, damn, you really had to be there, type of thing. Um, I was actually having this conversation with somebody earlier this week, and like I was never when LeBron first started playing. I was never the biggest LeBron fan, right?
Right.
And the reason being is because I was a Kobe fan first and foremost. I mean, well, I'll be honest, Michael Jordan, of course, and then Kobe came along. Um, but I wasn't really rocking with LeBron at first because everybody was comparing him to Kobe right out of the gate, and it didn't give him chance to get his feet wet, if you will. And I'll honestly say, like over the past, I want to say maybe 6 7 years, I've probably hopped on the LeBron train, and I'm glad I did because at first, like I said, I wasn't the biggest fan. Like I was like, man, f Bron, he always crying. But to witness greatness like LeBron over the past couple of years, it's definitely been something. So I might
And
just shed a tear or two when he retires because it's definitely
no,
one of those
listen.
you had to be there type of thing.
You had to be there. You
You had
just
to be
had to
there.
be there. And I'm telling you, it's a lot of times where a lot of people always say you're never gonna see a player like that again.
No.
And it's gonna be 20, 30 plus years until we do see a player like it might be in the next 5, it might be in the next 6, it might be next year. We don't know, right? Yeah. Because everyone was saying Zion's the new Bron. Come on, look at him now. He was for a second in high school. In high school, he was that dude for a hot minute, but he didn't have the ball IQ, the passing ability. He had the rebound, had the dunk, and he didn't have the shooting ability to be like Bron. Right? Now, we all have to look at like, a lot of people say like, oh, Bron's one of a kind. He was. Even Jordan, like everyone, like when Kobe was like, what can I do to be more like him? Even asked, what can I do to do? Like the only difference between the two of you is he has a bigger hand than you do. Mm-hmm. Like his hand was just naturally bigger. It's just, you can't, let me go get hand extensions, make my fingers big. You can't do that.
I want longer fingers.
I need longer fingers. Like you can't do that. So it's all about what you're born with and your gameplay and your mentality. Mm-hmm. That's why Kobe had that mama mentality, because he was just that guy. When people say you're not that, he was that guy. LeBron, it was that guy on the court where people will be like it's gonna be stories when he retires. You're gonna hear people come out with these stories of him in the locker room and the way he got on the court, the same way people have the stories about Jordan, same way people have stories about Kobe. I'm still hearing stories about Kobe when Kobe was like, he would say something smart and make you think about, dang, what did I do? I didn't mean to do that. And when people would taunt LeBron or anybody, like, oh, you gonna taunt me? All right, bet I'm gonna drop 50 on your head. He had that mentality. There's a lot of players in today's NBA that don't have that. And when we get another player who has that mentality, they're gonna shine. They are going to shine. And it's crazy that Ant-Man has the physicality to do it. I want him to have the mentality to be where they are.
Yeah.
He even said he's gonna, like, the first time he, like, last year's season, he was like, I'm gonna push. He did. I'm not saying he didn't, but bro, you need to go out of pushing and go over and beyond what you need to do to be that person. You need to get that mentality. You know what I'm saying? Have the mentality where you're in the gym 3:00 in the morning working out.
Yep.
You finish at 5, go eat breakfast, sleep for 2 hours, wake up, go back to the gym for another 4 hours. Have lunch, work out, spend time with family, go back to the gym again before dinner. Like, you gotta be grinding, bro. You gotta be able to have the people around you who's gonna encourage your mentality to go from 0 to 100. And I guarantee you, people, if he was to get that mama mentality and that workout physicality, he already has. He's already jumping out the gym. You don't need to jump any higher. You know what I'm saying? You're already shooting lights out. You just have to get that mentality where you're the guy. Mm-hmm. As soon as you touch the court, everyone's scared of you. Because when Kobe was on the court, everyone's like, oh, fuck, we gotta play with Kobe. Shit. All right, what we gonna do? Who's gonna guard him? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's the same thing with LeBron. LeBron get on the court. Oh, play LeBron tomorrow. Well, y'all up for this? Y'all get some sleep. Make sure we're playing LeBron tomorrow. Like, you don't have that yet. Yeah. But when he do, and a lot of these players don't have that.
Although he was pushing LeBron around,
he was
in conference.
No. I will guarantee he was pushing him around. That's what I'm saying. He got the physicality. He just got to get the mentality to be that guy.
Yeah.
To be that guy when he got on the court, people were scared of him. Mm-hmm. No one's scared of you yet, bro. Yeah. When SGA get on the court, if I'm on the opposite team, SGA get on the court. All right, Joe, I'm about to get 5 fouls. That's all I'm going to. That's all. He about to push me. I'm about to get a foul. I'm about to just stand there with my hands up. I'm going to get a foul. Like, well, I'm about to get 5 fouls. That's all. I'm not scared. I'm not scared of that. I'm not scared about him dropping 30 on my head. I'm not scared about him busting my ass and make me break my ankles. I'm not scared of that at all, because he's not a skillful player. Everyone who play the NBA have that mentality, have that Kobe mentality to be that guy. Yeah. Once he becomes that game changer, straight game changer.
For sure. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's our time, man. We will be back with you later on in the week. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Yes, sir. Tell them. Oh, my bad.
Bro, I know it's been a minute, but damn.
It's been a minute. I forgot it, man.
Damn.
To tell their mom, to tell their aunt, to tell a friend.
To tell their dog. All right? If you haven't, make sure you log on to the official website, nofoulzonepodcast.com. Join our community for a chance to get some great deals on some great merch. We have new merch dropping. So make sure you log on. All right, nofoulzonepodcast.com. And again, we'll see y'all next week. Y'all be breezy, man. We out.
Yes, sir.